Hi there, welcome to another episode of Should You Save. This is where I go over how a unit is in JP and whether or not it's worthwhile to save your gems or your tickets, or skip them at all for when they come for global. Right, today's episode is going to be on Gilgamesh as the main focus. I will also be going over Rosa, Kefka and Guy. So we're going to start off with Gilgamesh, since this is his BT and LD debut, so he's the star of the show on this one. Right, Gilgamesh's LD is a 4 HP dump AoE, and it gives him a new buff where every other turn he will get a new HP plus. This HP plus will always give Gilgamesh a free turn straight afterwards, but it can be one of 4 effects. Now these effects are completely random. There's no way to guarantee which one you want, and so just bear with that. You just have to bear with that with Gilgamesh. The 4 effects are Unite, which is he brings his allies forward to be just after his next turn, and just the straight damage. Cloud is damage and delaying, and it delays by 2 turns, like knocks them back 2 turns. Ramza is battery and launch, and makes, if it's multiple targets, it makes all enemies launchable. And P-Cecil is damage, and then it heals, but it can also overheal a little bit, so you can so Gilgamesh can actually make your HP numbers go into the yellow and be over 100%. Now, when it comes to this LD, you should never ever rely on any of these effects, because it is completely and utterly random which one you get. You cannot go. You cannot reliably use any of the effects at all. At all. You could take Gilgamesh to a delay immune stage, and he could go 5 clouds in a row, which is utterly useless. You could also take Gilgamesh to a launch immune stage, and he just goes Ramza, 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 and it's just like, thanks for the battery, but no launching. So yeah, when it comes to Gilgamesh, do not rely on this. Utility is really handy, but do not rely on it. You plan around other people having the utility you need, rather than Gilgamesh having the utility you need. Now, Gilgamesh also gets his BT here. Now this BT is quite really good for its effects. It increases brave damage. The base one increases it by 50. He got overflow, which I think was 30, and then he's got HP damage up, which I think was 20, and then he had both brave and HP caps increased at maximum stacks. I'll get into the stacks in a moment, but at maximum stacks it increases it by 20. But if you get him to BT plus 2 out of 3, the HP caps get increased by 10%, and the brave damage goes to 100%. The way Gilgamesh has stacks like Bart's, where basically every turn Gilgamesh moves, it will increase a stack by 1 and gains one effect each time the stack goes up from what I'm just talking about. It starts at brave damage, and then it has the overflow, and then the HP damage, and then the caps. There is a maximum of 4 stacks for the BT, and the BT lasts for 12 turns, so it can last a very long time. Now, honest opinion on this BT, it's a great base BT. It's a really good base BT, but I don't think it's that great of a BT plus. Like, for me, Gilgamesh honestly feels like it's just a book and then leave. Like, book for the extra damage on the BT finisher and then just leave, because you'll be fine with what else, because the 2-3 only increases the brave damage by another 50% and the cats by 10%. So it's not huge, and with it also lasting 12 turns, you don't feel a need to. You might not feel a need to have like 24 turns of the BT effect, because things might be dead by then, like long before then. Like, and that's how I feel with his BT. It's like, it's a nice one to book, but not a great one to try and go for a BT plus. Now, his EX and C65 extensions are basically to help him do what he's known to do, and that's just more damage. Like his C65 just increases his self aura, self attack up, and more damage, and his EX is 3 HP dumps AoE on the last one, and yeah, and he also still has the thing where his LD doesn't give him a stack of his EX. You still have to rely on the EX to upkeep his stack buff. But Gilgamesh also, it works out for Gilgamesh. You'll be spamming his HP plus a lot, which instantly is also how you handle the loof the loof plus that he comes with, is just HP plus spam. Now, he is paired with Rosa, LD, and Jack. Like, Rosa gets C90, Jack remains C80, so Jack is just the fodder. So we're ignoring Jack. Rosa, however, she continues doing what she has always done, which is batterying, party buffing, and generally she just keeps doing that. She's doing that a bit better. She has her brave gain going as well. The C65 increases her auras even more, and her damage has just been brought up as well. Like, it's she's now on par with other C90 supports, barring Guy. But we'll get to Guy in a moment. But Guy's a special case at the moment. Kefka comes with both. He gets his BT plus here, and he comes with Guy's LD and Gal. Gal's like Jag, just ignore him. He's the fodder. Now, Kefka here, his damage also gets brought up. He's just now hitting a lot harder. His BT plus just allows him to do that as well. You're still bringing Kefka for his debuffs, more than his damage. It's like his debuffs are the sole purpose of Kefka, and he still does that great. Like, Kefka is Kefka. He hasn't really changed, like, hasn't gone through a remarkable change through or anything. He's the same old Kefka. He acts like the same Kefka as global Kefka right now. So, and that's basically just Kefka in a nutshell. Trying to keep that sort of sweet. Guy, however, got juiced. He got the juice so much here. Like, he basically got crit brave gain, so whenever he crits, that damage here he brave gains. He's also now the highest C90 brave damage increaser. Like, I think it's 135% overall. The only and that's with his enchant in peril that he can do, because he still has that. And yeah, because Guy's got updated here, he is firmly planted as the Earth enchant in peril here. And it's just sort of like insult to injury that Gal's part of the banner. It's like, Guy's really good. Now, he's hitting really hard. He's a great tank. Like, he's a great, just when your party's just going to be AoE'd or and so forth. he will take aggro. He can take aggro with his lock debuff, and he'll be able to mitigate as well as heal up. Guy really got done justice here. This is probably Guy's best banner. Like, if you haven't got Guy by this point, this is the banner to get Guy on. Like, and honestly, between the Gilgamesh and the Kefka banner, I would actually value the Kefka banner more, especially as for new players. Like, Guy is a fantastic unit, and Kefka is also a really good unit. And honestly, between the two banners, Kefka and Guy banner is the one I would firmly plant for newbies. Whereas the Gilgamesh one I would more recommend for veterans, because they're more likely to have Guy and Kefka already built than Gilgamesh, who's just got released with his stuff. Now, if you were to honestly ask me, should you be saving for Gilgamesh? Realistically, no. Like, not like full on no for nearly everyone. He is pretty much for a favourite. He's not needed for anything. He's not a standout in anything. Locke, who came just before him, has better RNG with his utility. Like, because Locke can guarantee the damage side of his kit with his LD, Locke is a lot more consistent with getting what you want, whereas Greg is a bit too RNG, and because of that, you're not relying on it at all. You should never be planning around Gilgamesh's LD HP plus utility, because it's just Gilgamesh has plenty of damage. He's certainly not the worst. Certainly not the worst C90. That belongs to Zande. Poor Zande got done so dirty. But honestly, for the Gilgamesh debut banner and Gilgamesh as a whole, I don't find him worthwhile. And quite frankly, I do honestly feel the Kefka and Guy banner is the better of the two. That is basically my opinions on how these two banners, and sorry for the video taking as long as it did to come out, but I tried my best to try and get my thoughts together, because I didn't want to let too much bias come in on anything. It's like I really wanted to get my thoughts together on Gilgamesh because of it, because I don't want to undersell him, but I don't want to oversell him either. I wanted to try and bring the middle ground for Gilgamesh as best I could. But at the end of the day, if someone were to ask me, would I recommend you save for Gilgamesh? No, not unless he's a favourite. Yeah, to new players, to veterans, honestly, no, not unless he's a favourite character. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind listening to me rambling for ages, but that's been my thoughts and on Gilgamesh, and should you be saving up for him. I'll see you around.